G'day guys, welcome to the mailbag preview for the 26th of May at Sandown. Take two, the horse, how are you? Big mate.
How are you?
Good. Josh?
G'day mate.
We've got Josh on debut. He's a man I spend most of my Saturdays with punting on course. We work together a fair bit behind the scenes, building our sort of little database and shit like that. Do you want to give you a little bit of a rundown of what you do and how you look at racing?
Yeah, so currently work with some guys that use sort of the old rating system, and we're compiling a worldwide database, but I just try to keep my stuff pretty separate to that. Use a bit of punting form, a lot of race replays, then combining it all really in a mathematical sense, come from a stats background, try to do a bit of modelling on the on racing, and yeah, just try to get sort of automated in a way, and I try to look at things in the long run. You know, try not to get deterred by results day to day. But yeah, trying to approach it with a statistical sense, more so. And
you're delving into in-play with me.
Yep. So yeah, a few months ago got into in-play. Can really see that that's what I'd say low-hanging fruit for sure. And it's just a gold mine. If you're on track, got a laptop there, you're seeing it as it happens.
Well, it can also be.
It can go wrong as well.
It's not that could collapse upon you very quickly, as you saw firsthand.
Yeah,
race two.
We saw race two Saturday.
You were quite sickened by my reaction, I remember.
Yeah, it was pretty composed reaction from you. Losing as much as you did.
I was internalising it.
Yeah.
I was internalising it. So we'll try and have Josh on quite regularly because we're spending most of our time together on course. So I think it'd be better for the product. Horse, how's the spring packages going?
Yeah, good. So
your results have been flying. I'll keep an eye.
Yeah. ROIs or profit on turnovers, whatever you want to call it, been going well. So spring will kick off September 1, and that'll run through to January. Yeah, overseas again in August for the month. So want to try and get spring sorted before August. So if you're interested, hit me up on Twitter @HorseMiller.
And if you think the horse is a decent analyst punter, you should see the man buck hunt. I've never seen a bigger victim buck hunt in my life. I've watched him cheer home horses. It's nothing like getting on a streak with the bucks. The bloke is the victim. He's like the reverse Superman. He puts the glasses, the goggles on, and he becomes a superhero. Oh, completely destroyed me. But we had a good afternoon.
That was good. Yeah, you cleaned up. Exocet was a good result as well. Got us out of trouble from Ballarat. So.
Well, it's good. I got my Betfair account sort of back to manageable.
Yeah.
Because I got fair strict on Saturday. The movers deliver, but that's in other accounts.
Yeah.
So you built it back up pretty nicely.
Down at the Rising Sun.
The riser. Yeah.
All right. What else have we got to do? So Hayden Byrne, who was on last week, he's going to do a product this week for us for my mate Cookie, who's had an accident in now in a wheelchair. He's crowdfunding to set up his house, his home, everything you can imagine you need to do to make the house livable when you're in a wheelchair, and with the goal of getting back on his feet. So the link will be attached to this video, and you'll be getting Hayden's assessments for every race at Doomben on Saturday. So obviously he's pretty popular when he's on the show. You're going to get his actual information for Doomben for $10, and you donate the $10 straight to the GoFundMe page. None of the money comes near us. It all goes towards Cookie. It's a great cause, and please support it. All right, now what do we got to do? Mountie Yard Mail, Brisbane. No, not Brisbane. Mountie Yard Mail from Belmont this week. Pistol Pete's pretty stoked to be back at Belmont. We've got Randwick covered with Rob, and I'll be at Sandown. That's that. All the products are done. Now let's get into it. Race 1, Sandown. 1200 metre race for 2-year-olds. We've got a couple of unraced types, a couple of lightly raced horses, and it looks a pretty scary race on paper. Does anyone have anything they want to focus in on here?
Yeah, like you said, there's a few that are unraced and have no public trials. Obviously, the big one that everyone's going to be backing, Prince of Caviar. Be interesting to see how that runs.
Oh, is it in?
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's still in.
Sebring.
But
Oh, well, this might be a good betting race then.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see.
So that'll be over bet, which is pretty
massively.
typical. So it gives you an opportunity if you like something in the race.
Pretty keen on the 10 Ganyika.
It's off the mark early here, young Josh. He was nervous early. I can tell he's got a very slick haircut.
Now that
You got it
I
cut
see
at
that-
6 a.m. today.
Yeah, we got up early thanks to Rocket Barbers. I just have a
It's been on for 4 minutes and he's plugging joints already.
Yeah, so yeah, so the 10. Now that that song's scratched, I think the one is scratched in that race. Yeah, it just sort of had. It was run to suit at Ballarat, I think it was in the first run.
There was a few horses here coming from that sort of the
Celestial King race.
Celestial King race,
last
and
night,
it shit
so
itself last night.
Yeah, it's going to be out as well.
Mind you, yeah, it's probably not a great jockey delta with Jordan Trials coming off, Liam Reardon on.
Fred on that song.
Yeah, but that's scratched.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
I thought Coronel was interesting running here. Gets Benny Mellum, $15 right now. It SP favourite first up in a really good race at Caulfield. It was a really nice type and it like crabbed around the corner. I remember it vividly because I had quite a large whack at it. I'm really interested to see how it comes back. It's gone from Tony Vassell, I think he's suspended.
Yep.
And Anthony Freeman's got it now.
Yeah, Freeman's got it.
Sometimes these horses fire first up. We're quite keen to see it in the yard and interested to see what price it starts. So it's $15 now, Friday morning. That'll do us for race 1. Race 2, 1200 metres, benchmark 78. Horse, want to kick us away?
Yeah, pretty good race. There was only a couple I liked. It's not a race I'm going to be betting in, but I thought Princeton Spirit was a really good chance. And Tahi first up, who's trialled well. Princeton Spirit's just a winner. Like I think his strike rate's going about 80% or something.
He's got really good SPs versus Maximus, Think
Yeah,
Bay. Well,
yeah.
they're pretty good horses for this grade
Good
race.
win at the Valley, good win at Sandown, and yeah, I think it's just a good horse. And yeah, I think the X factor in the race first up's the Tahi with D. Oliver on. But so they're the two if I was playing in the race. Gatlinburg was a really good run last time. Just not sure it gets the 1200.
Yeah, I thought the Gatlinburg was interesting. Really flashed home late last race when not suited.
Well, we're going to need to get something on before this show gets uploaded because that's the horse I want to back.
Yeah.
I'm happy to find out if it doesn't get the trip at $19 each way.
Yeah.
I think it's a huge price. I agree with Princeton Spirit. I agree Tahi's a really nice type and a good horse, but geez, it's well found.
Yeah, and plus 240 days between runs. No trial.
And 1200 first up as well.
And a sticky gate.
Yeah,
15,
I think
a D Oliver on.
I'm sort of looking to work with the odds. I want to do a little bit more research before I launch and see him in the yard, but I want to launch here Gatlinburg and Highland Beat, even with Fred at the big prices, and chop or win a little bit Princeton Spirit with the Chop King on.
Tahi did win at 1240 first up.
Yeah.
Last prep, so.
I hope to pen it from the yard, basically. That'll be my play here. Anything else, Joshy?
I think that's all good for me.
What do I do with overstep?
Just like to say Highland Beat. It's cost me a lot of money.
Been disappointing.
Friend, yeah.
So what are you going to do if I declare it from the yard?
Fred goes on.
It's SP $4 favourite v Innkeeper.
Yeah, and like they backed it off the map as well. It was I think I was driving to the Bull that day. It was $11 in the morning, and then I looked.
Yeah.
It's pretty sure I was driving behind it in a Hayes truck, and then all of a sudden it was $4.
It just ticks enough boxes here. Fred's not ideal, but $12 I'm happy. It's SP $11 v Hanson Feed.
Can sneak a race
Hanson
later
Feed.
in the prep too. And
Yeah.
Last prep it sort of bulked up late when it had a few sort of flashing runs. It just hasn't had those flashing light runs.
Yeah,
this prep.
if Hanson Feed's in this race,
And it's
what
run,
price is it? It's 40s.
Yeah, it's run serious time, and it's just a much. Yeah, there's no real standout in this field.
Yeah. Tahi could be just too smart, but I'm happy to, at the odds, to have a good crack at Gatlinburg, Highland Beat, and something.
1,000 up to 1,200 is the query on Gatlinburg.
Yeah.
That's the.
Does Tahi even get the race? It's an emergency there, so.
I think it's third or fourth emergency.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, race number 3. It's not a jumps race, is it? No. 2,400 meters, benchmark 90. Joshy, kicks off.
Yeah. So Lycurgus is it's
Coming off a midweek race.
Yeah,
$2.50 here. What are you doing with that?
It's very short for what it is. It's deserved, but I don't think I'll be betting up on it. I think there's stuff to bet around it. It was strong in that choice of Sandown race.
What did you make a choice of last week at Flemington?
Trace was that in? It was poor though.
Yeah, it was shit basically.
Yeah, basically. The interesting runner here, Exalted Lightning, comes over from SA. Don't know what the intention is there, but it's on a quick back up, down in distance. Brad goes on it.
Josh loves quick backups more than anyone I've ever met.
Yeah.
Stays on quick backup. Gabe backs one up. Holy shit! Look out.
So yeah, interesting with that. But nothing, hugely strong in the race. Zasaurus.
Sorceress.
Correct.
I think Drew was a big fan of that last time.
Yeah.
Last time around. Don't know how
Well,
it's
that's the one
going.
I like.
Yeah, it's an interesting runner.
But the Chop King gets off.
So,
Chop off.
Lycurgus won like
Locking
Winks
on.
last start. That was a big win. Just blew them away. That was, I think, because it was back out to the 2400 and at a decent sort of tempo. His soft track stats are pretty poor, but when you go back through, I think he's 5 for zip, but if you go back through that, a lot of them were at like 1200 or first up, so
Okay.
you could probably pen the soft track stats.
Smart work there from the horse.
I just don't trust. I have a bit of a doubt on short price favourites when Oliver and O'Brien team up. After a big win, they just seem to fall off a cliff. So I can't be piling into it at $2.40.
Yep.
Just been burnt a few times in the past. But yeah, the Sorceress is the one that I liked. She's just been sort of slowly building her fitness back after, I think she had a fetlock injury in May of last year, so it was a while ago. She did only just miss in a Group 3 mile race at Flemington against the fillies and mares. She's always had good ability. She's been back in work and back racing since December. And just last race, I thought she just showed some good signs. Ran some good sectionals mid-race, 12 to the 8, and then 6 to the 4, she ran a 10.84. And then just sort of peaked a little bit late, so the run just told that mid-race exertion. Looking at the race, I'd have preferred it to be 2,000 metres again because she has peaked late. So they go from 2,000 to 2,400, but with the Weir stable, you just have to back them that she's ready to go.
Yeah, you can't pan it off that because it's weird.
Yeah, so the extra 400 metres is probably the little query, but she's drawn a good gate. She drops from 56 kilos down to 51 kilos, so it's a really good drop in weight. And Lockie King's going well. And I just think, she's a good 1x2 player. She was $21, so I've put her in as a suggested bet, and she's shortened up from that 21. I think best available is now 15, so
yeah.
Thought she was a decent sort of speculative play.
And it has actually run the trip before with the old stable. Ran 2,400 in a Group 1 back in Queensland.
Yeah.
Ran nowhere. So interesting that the Winkers go on too.
She's
up to 2,400.
Zabil, man. Yeah, the Winkers on was a key indicator for me that's a signal of intent, like when the Weir can't put blinkers or winkers on.
The best signal of intent
after a few
the
runs
number
back.
There's a number one indicator of intent from the Weir stable though.
Yeah.
It's cash.
Yeah.
Loves cash.
Well, if you're looking at it 3 days out or 4 days out, it's the gear change for me. But I think she will be back. I think she will be back.
Look, I thought there was value in Pelago, Super Hayes, and Shakopee. Shakopee was near Lycurgus price-wise 3 minutes before they jumped at Sandown and blew like the wind. I reckon Brad off, Jai on. There is not a jockey in Australia going better than Jai McNeil.
Yeah, he's fine. stats are huge.
And like, it's a minimal spend there. What am I taking? I'm getting 23s, 16s, and 21s. I can't touch like Hergus at 250. He's stepping up in grade. Oleon is a big tick, but 250 staying race, no thanks.
Yep.
Race 4 and race 5 we will be skipping because we'll just be bullshitting you, and I don't want us to do that. So they're the jumps races. I'll be covering from the mounting yard, but there'll just be a mounting yard report. It won't be any sort of idea on the form. I learnt my lesson well and truly at the bull. What about I backed Zataglio at 81s at the bull?
Either got speed off the track.
Speed off.
Right. Missed the jump.
Yeah, well, I thought like 81s, so this thing should be like 20s. It's a really nice horse. It's fit. It's ready to go. One next start.
I was going to say, yeah.
Oh, fucking jumps.
That's
torch me.
That is brutal.
I backed 2 horses in that race. The horse that fell on the first jump, which then, after it lost its rider, took my other horse off the course. It's like 55 jumps to go and I'm out of the race.
Lessons in jump racing, though.
Yeah.
Race 6?
Race 6, 2100, 3-year-olds. Horsey, you sound pretty keen.
Yeah, I think everyone's onto this one. Lucky for all. My mate Lenny from Bluegrass, Lenny Russo. It's another tried horse from New Zealand that he's got hold of. He's just a freak at finding them. If you want a good horse, get in touch with Lenny. They went up to, I think someone bet $3 plus. I think 365 might have bet $3 plus, but that was taken care of pretty quickly. They are the best,
365.
If you could get on there, good luck to you.
Dynamic's showing 225 best odds.
Yeah, I think you bet best is 210 or something now, but I think that might have been taken as well. So yeah, I had it a suggested bet at 220. I backed it last start at Caulfield, sort of put it out as a suggested bet to my crew at 12s, and it was smashed in the betting. That was just another one, you know, you have 2 weird runners and one of them's a really short price favourite. I like to take the other one if it's shown enough. I think at Caulfield,
me and mine backed it as well. It had the far harder run at Warrnambool.
Just romped in.
Was not suited at all, whereas Furon was overly suited and hadn't run any time.
It's 2 runs prior to that, which has sort of been well documented too. He was on the worst part of the track both times. First time he was on the outside rail, which was the worst part of the track, and then at the Bull he came up the inside. I think he's a serious horse. Whether he can go up to Queensland and do it up there is another query. But I think he takes care of this. Like he's a level or 2 above these.
You've got 2 weird horses here in the market.
Heavenly Thought's been scratched this morning.
Has it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Does anyone know where that's heading?
Queensland.
Heavenly Thought?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
This
It'll go to
shit
Queensland.
So I just loaded that down. Anyway.
The only little query is it's 1 run out from its grand final, but it should just win. Did plenty wrong last start, I thought, and just put them away. So
I agree, but I don't think it's a bet because, just like you said, this is not its grand final. The only thing that can beat it is luck, and it's going to need a lot of it because it's drawn 5, gets back, despite having the Chop King on it. It's still going to be buried with slow horses dropping in its face.
Nah, I just think it's too good. I think he'll just
weave
his way through.
It's
if
the best
he gets
horse
held up, if he gets held up, he'll go around or inside, or he'll do whatever he has to do, and he'll just take care of him. But he's not my best of the day because of the price. But at 220, I was certainly happy to dive in. I had a 80% of a max bet on it, and I've got a max bet later on. So
I marked it $2, but I
don't think it's a bet. It's line ball now.
I think it's $1.60 chance myself.
$1.60.
Yeah.
If
you can get $2 on Saturday, there's something wrong. I'd be nervous.
I was going to say that. I kind of would rather jump in at $1.68 or Betfair. Yeah. When it's just gone.
Yeah, exactly. Take it in the run. It probably but it'll still be SP in the run. Probably could even get a little bit better.
Yeah. Well, my thinking is already probably try and lay it just as it jumps. As it's jumping at $1.70 and then get $1.65, it'll get out to $1.95 in the run because it's like second last fence.
Yeah, exactly.
Then start to back it.
Yeah, good play.
if it's travelling. And when you've got a rider like Choppy on, you can sort of read how's the horse going.
Yeah.
He's very, very kind to horses.
Yeah, he's a gun.
All right, race number 7. 400 metres, benchmark 84.
Good race.
Fat race. I reckon it's the best race of the day.
Unreal race, yeah.
Even.
Some good types coming through.
Who's kicking us off? Joshy? Sounds like you are.
Yeah.
So Jamaican Rain, first up, last start was pretty damn impressive. Ran
How fat was it?
some good times, but like didn't really need to at the same time. Was on the heavy 10.
Yeah.
Scoliaro's since come out and won at Ballarat on Wednesday.
Yep, sure did.
Yeah,
Which the horse and I both sort of walled over for 2 or 3 minutes till they jumped at the Gold Coast. But it was a heavy track at Ballarat, and we've got like Jamaican Rain.
What sort of track are we expecting? We haven't even discussed that. Is it going to be a 4
better
or
than soft.
be a
Yeah.
4?
Dries well, yeah.
Yeah.
Scoliaro's SP like 850 or something there at Ballarat. It's coming
Did
out.
smash it though, wasn't it 6 lengths or something?
Yeah,
beat
yeah.
Scoliaro by 6
I
lengths,
wouldn't
but
say it was 6
yeah.
lanes, but it was a good run, Scoliaro there.
Was it 6 lengths?
And we're on a heavy. I was just
Yeah.
torched ourselves.
Because they went up short.
Real short.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, no, better by
Silvera's obviously been scratched for this one.
So he's out officially?
Yep. King River, interesting, but I think it was peaked last start and then was nommed a couple of weeks ago and got backed
It had
pretty early.
the
a
trainer
virus.
said it had like the flu.
Yeah, had a virus.
Yeah, right.
So not even the flu, just like he thought
I was really
it's not
keen on
right.
it that day. I'd had a fair crack at it before it was scratched, so I'm glad they did scratch. You don't want them running when
Yeah.
they've got a virus.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
So, yeah,
We
they
backed
want a
in
soft
on
track.
the other show you did, eh?
yeah,
Yeah.
you were keen on it. The massive like cricket score odds.
That wet day at
I
Caulfield.
didn't get enough
And
out
it
of
bolted
that
it.
day.
Yeah.
But the track's not going to be wet. It's coming off a little virus. It's drifted early in the market. It's
Yeah.
it could win, but
But I guess, yeah, Galaxy Radar, Jaws of Steel, and Jamaican Rain, probably the ones that you...
Yeah.
that
Jamaican
really
Rain on
but-
top of the ground went up really short. It's drifted a bit in the market. It's obviously got a lot of ability, but I think it's short enough. I think it'll probably keep drifting. Jaws of Steel is flying with the weird cant. I think it's probably the one they'll come for. And Galaxy Raiders going well. They gapped the third horse at Flemington last time, but he does sort of see the winning post. So
Yeah.
it's not a race I'm going to be playing in, but it's a good race nonetheless.
Yeah.
What do you like, Thicko?
Sorry, I just got lost here. All right, Jamaican Rain, upside talent, yes. Who's riding it? I still don't know. I'm not even convinced it's going to run.
Yeah, that's what I was...
So I'm against it. I've got one here at a big roughie. I don't understand why it's $31. It was won once, first up before.
Of course, yeah.
Plot the course, gets D. Oliver on, who I would have expected was riding Jamaican Rain.
Yeah.
If it was a Morale.
If it was running.
He's not on. $31, plot the course. I haven't launched yet because I'm worried they're going to scratch Jamaican Rain and I'm going to get rorted with deductions. I thought plot the course was the big value in the race. I think King River, anything over $10 is at worst a save, provided it parades well. This guy is a horseman who trains it. If he runs it, it's right, and he thinks he's going to handle the track. He's going to get plenty of time at Sandown to get into the right part of the straight and find the line. Urban Ruler, if he continues to get to this stupid price, will be a winning bet for me with Jai on. And I'm going to try and take on Jaws of Steel, Jamaican Rain. They're the two I'm against in the market to let me bet elsewhere. I think Galaxy Radar is borderline moral here.
I thought you didn't like Galaxy Radar.
Yeah, this is a perfect race for it. Sandown is a perfect track for it. It's
Love
got the
Sandown.
best numbers here. It should get the right run. Like, you don't need to have anything on plot the course at even Urban Ruler to be getting huge results.
Yeah.
But provided Galaxy Radar continues to be around this 550 mark and a decent parade, I'm going to launch.
Yeah, I think it's the value out of those.
Jaws of Steel's flying. The in-keeper form is spot on, but it hasn't really run time.
Yeah, they probably just go
And it's
straight
been
as-
real up. Like, if you got the mounting yard stuff, which you guys are, at Warrnambool, I said it's like spot on. That was 2 starts ago.
Galaxy Radar. The only problem is for me.
Nowhere
is
near ready.
Jordan Childs goes off, who's a gun, and Regan, like, it's not it's probably a little negative.
Jordan, we know why Jordan's off though.
Yeah, he's been out.
He hasn't chosen to get off it.
Yeah.
He's chosen to indulge upon.
Good on him, too, for putting his hand up and just saying, I made a mistake.
Yeah.
I reckon
copying it on the
my
chin.
advice to him would be go harder and just call in sick. He's riding. They work too hard.
Leading by example, the trainers could take a leaf out of his book.
I like they don't have the breathalyzer down there at the bull.
They did it a few years ago.
Oh Jesus.
Alright.
Anything else?
No.
Yeah, so I think Plot the Course, the value, King River's okay odds, Urban Rulers big odds, Galaxy Raider is massive odds. Race number 8, 1600 metres, 3-year-old fillies, benchmark 78. King? I mean, horse? Thinking of King River.
Yeah, another even sort of race, I think. Honey Esprit is probably going to get a reasonably soft lead. They did run along last time though, so I don't think they'll walk. I think it'll be a genuine sort of tempo. Velocitar or whatever it is from the Waller stable and Palazzo Vecchio sort of get the good runs. Not really happy with the gates, being inside gates, but they'll be sort of 2 or 3 pairs back on the inside. And I think they'll both appreciate the little drop back in distance. Velocitar comes back from 2000 and Palazzo Vecchio drops back from a 17:20 or a 17:30 or something at Flemington last time. She just peaked late, like she was held up, sprinted, and then just the last little bit held up. And I think she's a spitter of her mum. I think we talked about it last time I was on. Palazzo de Crystal is the mum, and she was a 1600 metre bone dry tracker. So she will want the track to dry out, but I think she's actually a decent chance around the $10 mark in this.
She's massive odds.
Yeah.
Massive odds.
She SP'd at $2.80 in a Group 3 a few starts back at the Valley.
She SP'd $10. She SP'd double figures
Yeah.
once this prep.
Yeah, and I think I said last time she'll probably come up shortish and get rolled again the next couple of starts, but I actually don't mind her in this. I thought she was a decent chance, and that Velocitar has good form around the Queensland Derby
And
favourite from last prep in Dark Dream
and Run
Savicool, over 1800. So
it's just that barrier 1 scares me there.
yeah,
Yep.
but Sandown, I prefer the hillside track. I tweeted something about this last week, but Sandown I think is the best track in Australia to bet on because everyone just seems to get their chance. Everyone gets a run. Yeah, I just love betting there. So I do prefer to be sitting.
It's funny you say that. Regardless of the hillside or the lakeside, it'll be the fattest mounting yard male results.
Yeah.
This last 6 months.
Yeah.
I'd be so far in front there.
Yeah, you would. Yeah.
Because they don't tend to hug the rail either. They tend to just sort of drift out and use the track.
They're happier. Because horses are happier to get out like a normal standard horse race. Horses back on fence and generally get more of a chance than normal.
Yeah, you get a chance. It's a huge, it's a long straight. Yeah, it just gives it even playing field.
There's nothing worse. There's nothing I hate more than watching a race at Flemington, which is a big, wide, open track, and the rails is hot, and they all just suck on the rail, and you've got horses back in the field who can't get out because they're all going for that rail zone. You just don't get that at Sandown lately. So yeah, I think it's a great track to have a bet at. Honey Esprit is obviously the one to beat. She's been heavily backed as well early. So I think the 2 value plays are Velocitar and Palazzo Vecchio around the double figures, and Honey Esprit for me is the one that they've got to beat. So you could even maybe rove a Quinella, Honey Esprit roving with the other 2, something along those lines. But it's not a race I'll be playing heavily.
Joshy, what do you got? You're about to declare a Fred horse here, right?
It's a pretty open race, I will admit. I think Palazzo with Lockie King will sit more forward, could box seat him. They'll sit more forward with it. Like should be given every chance. We'll prefer the dry ground. You just get so many excuses. I've backed it so many times and it's just failed. But yeah, I think it'll enjoy the firmer track. But I think Velocitar is the really interesting runner. Comes from that tough run in the Oaks where it had nothing, and then had the Savicool form.
It was a bit unlucky last start.
Yeah.
In SA.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, definitely. And it was
in
in the middle as well. They'll come down the outside. It was just not in the right part of the track. You watch it, and you know, it's excuses galore. Miss Belissa is an interesting runner. Choppy goes on.
Scary.
And it's, you know, it's fifth up weird. It's fifth up weird. Which, you know, could be anything.
It's seventh up weird.
Seventh up. And then the one for me though is Smooth Landing. Just think this thing.
You just think Peaceful State and you just start to get itchy to bear.
I just saw it just got, you know, mauled by Peaceful State 2 starts back. It just ran past it. But they're 2 tough races, you know. This is back to Phillies grade.
It's also back to D Lane off, Freddie on. You like that, do you?
That's ultimate jockey delta.
Yeah, that's good.
Negative.
Good areas.
Wouldn't have been suited by the slower tempo last time.
Yeah.
I just think if D Lane's not getting the thing to win.
Yeah, you know.
She'll want them running along.
I wouldn't be betting just it. I'd be having, you know, probably a bet on, I really like Velocitar and Palazzo as well, so a Dutching race. But I think I'm happy to take on Honey Esprit at the price. You know, it was a good run against Platinum Angel last start, which is obviously a form line who's going up to the Oaks at Doomben this weekend. So yeah, but I think I'll take it on. Probably Palazzo, Velocitar.
It's another stable too that can have a really good run as like a once-off, and then they can go horrible the next time and then bounce back later on a prep.
Which is this?
The McDonald stable. They're another like an O'Brien sort of McDonald.
Hard
to follow as a
punting
consistent
stable, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they peaked one start.
Yeah, sort of.
Honey Esprit's my lay of the day. $3 is poisonous. It's back. It's staying in Phillies grade. It's coming from benchmark 78. Velocitar. It's coming from a Group 1 race. A Group 1 Phillies race, but it's still a Group 1 race. It's winning for me. Truly Discreet finally gets a map to suit. It should cross and sit OSL outside Honey Esprit. I'm convinced it's a better horse than it. It's my biggest winning result in the race. And Palazzo Vecchio will be winning just a little bit less. It's coming from good races with really good SPs. Think Blues run second in the Derby, didn't it? To Suppressor?
Yeah.
This thing SP'd 850 v it. It also SP'd $2.80 v Think Blue once. That thing just runs second in the Group 1 Derby Colts, Geldings.
Yeah.
We're here, we've got a benchmark 78 Phillies race. And we've got 57 kilos.
Yeah, she's a good bet, $10.
It's a Charlotte.
Yeah.
So we're all on the same page.
I'm really keen to launch Palazzo
and Velocitar. So
Truly Discreet.
We'll come up with the same.
I'll probably get the least out of Velocitar because I'm worried the map.
Yeah.
Are you worried about Truly Discreet map? Could be a bit of a...
No, I'm not. Surely.
But where's it gonna...
Luke Curry gets on from 12. He's got no choice but to roll forward here and sit outside the lead.
Yeah.
And it's race 8 too, so Luke Curry can ride really well. So he'll know where I want to be.
So did you like?
I'll be telling him over the fence. I'll be telling him over the fence.
No, I just didn't like it because of the map. But yeah, I've got it marked because it had a good.
It'll go forward.
It had a good run last start.
It'll sit outside Honey Esprit.
Had a good run last start against Barbecue. I thought it should have won that race, and it was just not suited because it was up front.
Did a lot of work.
I
don't think I have to do as much work here.
Yeah, like he just had to do.
And does anyone expect Brad Willer, who's jumping on Honey Esprit, to tick it along as even quick sectionals?
No.
There's 100% a mid-race little snickage coming in here once he gets the front. 100%. Won't win.
All right, race 9.
Race 9, 400 metres, 3-year-olds. Joshy? What are you doing with 50 stars?
50 stars, you know, it's a valid favourite, but probably can't be betting it. But saying that, I don't think there's much going on in the race.
What price can you get it?
2.8 maybe.
Whew, I could get the 3.
It's a gun, but
map's a little awkward, isn't it?
Yeah, could be mapped awkwardly here.
What do you think?
Hang on,
the horse is wobbling.
Bit of head wobble.
Fatty Horton style.
Oh, I think it's a moral. Really
Morale.
Yeah. I think it's just a really good horse. Tipped him at the ball. I just can't believe it won that race where it just went off its head off a slow tempo back in the field and just pulled its way to the front and put them away. And then last start at Sandown, I liked it, but I just wasn't sure about the map because the tempo was going to be slow again. I thought it would need a bit of tempo, and he just took it to the front and just controlled the race and won. So I think
you won't get to the front end.
No, I don't want him to. I don't want him to. So what I've been looking forward to is a race with a decent, like a genuine sort of tempo. I think he'll just take a sit, and you can stalk him. If the tempo is a bit stronger, I think we'll see him better again. I think he's a really good bet. I've had a max bet at around 3.30. Put it out to my people at $3, and yeah, I think he's a very smart horse. Very smart horse.
Good man.
Good shopping.
Yeah, so I think like the smarties and the money might go against him, so he might get out again because of the lack of tempo the last two starts. But I think the
awkward map might get us a good price here.
Yeah, I don't think it looks that awkward to me. I've got him just stalking them.
If he can slot in on my map, or if he gets, if
Danger
Deal pushes up, he might be 3 wide and cover.
Well, the Danger Deal is interesting, and another SA runner also has Peaceful State Form.
Oh, there he is.
But yeah, it's quite far back. Then on.
What do you make of Andas? Because there's a lot of people tipping it. I sort of had it profiled as a horse like coming back from a wind up. I think we might have talked about it last time. That I think needs a slow tempo in its races, and I think
it'll get.
I tipped it last start as a roughie, and it was 15s, and it flew home and ran second, but that was off a slow tempo. And if they run along a little bit more here, or if it's just a normal, genuine tempo, then I think it'll struggle. I think it's under the odds around $6.
I think it's a winning chance, but I suspect we might see sort of $10 come race day. It's going to go one way or the other. If 50 Stars gets in at 2.30,
gets a 2.5 kilo weight advantage on
the weight advantage
50
on
stars.
50 stars.
So I don't care a shit about that.
I think
there's a length and a half behind it last start, which is roughly that's what it's sort of lost by. It was far back in the run.
Face value, it looks like a really good bet. But
no, I don't say that. At $6,
no, just on weights and measures and the way the race as well. Like it was a slow run race. Like if you're just looking at it from those.
But as regard to betting, we need to know the price. At $10, I'll be backing it.
But
what I'm saying is I can see why people are backing it and tipping it, but I think because of that slow tempo is why it ran well last time. Because people think back markers, slow tempo, it's run really well to get as close as it did, but some horses are good from back off a slow tempo.
Mr. Moneybags is coming out of that same race and just finished just behind Andas, and he gets the same weight swing. Yet it's $15 in the market, which is interesting. So I don't think it'll get stuck too wide in the run. And was a proven runner last prep.
Mr. Moneybags is a decent horse. Just think 50 stars.
John McNeil stays.
I'd probably rather be on that than Andas. But
the two horses with my pricing currently that I've got overlays on is Exceltria and Mr. Moneybags.
I think Exaltara was a peak last start, and it was massively suited.
Wasn't peaking.
Pretty dominant win.
It was suited, but it wasn't a top in yard.
What price do you want it?
I marked it $8.50.
Yeah, I think it's shot massively. Yeah, and I think it's just massively suited.
I just worry where it maps.
Massively suited last time. Oh yeah.
I worry where it maps and where Moneybags maps.
It needs.
Villasachi, I think, can run a good race, but I just don't know where it lands. It looks potentially cast.
Duality, does it run here?
Yes.
It does?
And it's hard to catch.
Because it went out hard. I tipped it last start. I was really keen on it.
Often good horses like this that can go really quick, when they step up in grade, I often find that they'll try and steal some sections, which will be fighting the horse. So I'm just penning it off on that. That's a theory I use a lot.
Well, I'm just hoping that it's Gay Waterhouse.
Yeah. No, if they let it roll, it could well win.
That's what I'm hoping.
I bet you they
sets it up for 50 stars. I'm expecting Duality to go out and run along.
Yeah.
It'll probably hang on for a place, and 50 stars just to be able to slot in because it's going at a decent tempo.
And if they do go quick and I'm wrong, 50 stars will slot in. But if they try and restrain it, which they often do when they step up in grade,
third, fourth, fifth, anywhere in there, and just peel out, just go back.
It's gone 11 lengths quick to the 600 in the last race and hung on and won. That's a tough win, but
ruined every other horse in the race.
The next start, I think, is the key thing. When they start next start, I think they're sort of legless. Plus, Basta goes off, Bayliss goes on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He'll snick it. Basta will let it roll. Basta will let it roll. Regan will snick this thing, and because he's slowing it down. Lord Sandown is quick. 50 starts could be 3 wide, no cover. That's what I'm nervous about with it. All right, that's it for the Sandown meeting. Best bet, value bet, and a lay, boys. I'll go first. Best bet, Galaxy Raider. Value bet, Palazzo Vecchio and Truly Discreet. Lay, Honey Esprit.
I think for me, I'll stick with my gut instinct. Smooth Landing is my best bet. What was the other two? I've got a lay.
A value bet.
A value bet. That's in the same race. Value bet, nothing, but lay would be Honey Esprit, so I'll go the Greasy Pig in the same race there.
Yeah, my best bet is 50 stars. Value bet, if you're talking roughies, is a Sorceress, 20s. And I'll make my lay Jamaican Rain.
Gutsy.
$3.
Oh, almost did. I'm just a little bit scared.
It's a good lake, got no jockey in it.
All right, guys. Case bet, cup time. I haven't told you what the race is. Deliberately. I'll put you under some pressure. You're on a shot clock here. Doomben, race 8.
Got one in.
Queensland Oaks, 2200 metres, 3-year-old fillies, Group 1.
Can I get first in there?
Yep, go. You can't have favourite.
I'll take Savical J-Mac on. I missed the price myself when it opened 10s. Got a little trim. First up. Oh no, not first up. Sorry. Is this the Oaks?
Yeah. Are you just talking shit?
Shit.
How's youngster 290?
I thought it was first up. No, it's all good. But yeah, I'm with Savical here.
8s. My people are on that.
Oh, I thought Aloysia would be favourite, so I'll take Aloysia. $7.50.
Gets a better gate. Finally.
She's the best horse in this
Hasn't
race.
run a decent race in.
She was enormous in Sydney. What start was that? Maybe the Vinery. She was enormous.
Just don't know where she's at.
It's a long prep.
Hopefully they go forward. You'd think they have to go forward from that gate.
Which horse are you taking?
At least you'll find out. Well, I've tipped my people into the favourite, but back when it was
you can't.
$8, Young Star, I think it will win.
Can't have it.
But I'll take another $1 then. I don't know.
Another $1.
Another $1.
All right.
Wallace go.
Horse, another $1. Number 5. Josh, what did you take again?
Savical.
Number 4, Savical, and I've got number 1, Aloysia. All right, thanks guys. Please get on board for Hayden's Doomben preview. We also have a French Open guy coming on, Ace, who's Drew's man. There'll be lots of tweets and stuff about that. I hope you have a great weekend. Thanks for coming on, boys. That was fun.
Cheers. Thank you.